tourism strengthens local enterprises and household income. Since, in fact, we reopened our industry officially on December 15, with 71% of our assets, and remember that's 2 weeks ago, we have recorded 45,000 stopover arrivals and 64,000 cruise visitors, earning $175 million for Jamaica. This performance will enable us to achieve 94% of our projected target for calendar year 2025. And most importantly, and I want to emphasize that, our jobs are coming back. And indeed, we should recognize a shift, and indeed a shift that matters for our workers and their families. And what is that? Jamaica's tourism performance is becoming more stable and more predictable. We are leveling out the traditional peaks and troughs. And that stability is not just good for business, it is good for all our people. Indeed, a more consistent demand supports stronger workforce planning, more reliable work schedules, and better engagement terms for tourism workers. Because in this context, our employers can plan with greater certainty, and our workers can build with greater confidence. Diversification, stronger airlift planning, and the deliberate expansion of niche segments across the calendar are helping tourism now to perform more consistently and not seasonally. Over the past decade, the industry has made real strides in labor practices, and we intend to accelerate that progress as we move closer to an industry where prosperity is not seasonal and security is not temporary. So, the future we are building is clear. It will be built with destination reputation and resilience fully in mind. Resilience in our infrastructure, resilience in our workforce, resilience in our communities, and resilience in our brand. Jamaica's tourism future will not be built on luck. It will be built on resilience, respect for workers, and a reputation we protect as fiercely as we protect our flag. On behalf of the Ministry of Tourism, thank you for your partnership, your patience, and your belief in Jamaica. Thank you, and may 2026 bring recovery with speed, growth with equity, and progress with purpose. Rising together, resilience forever, a better fix for 26. Happy New Year. One love.
We in this together. You are not alone.
The time by Sagicor is
7 p.m.
CVM News at 7 headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure, live easy. Tonight in CVM News at 7, child fatally shot during alleged confrontation with security forces in St. James. High-risk target among 3 killed by police in Westmoreland, and girls injured during illegal New Year's gun salute. While in sports, Dervano wins the Miracle Man Trophy at Caymanas Park on New Year's Day. CVM News at 7 headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure, live easy.
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time, while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 on this, the first day of 2026. It's Thursday, January 1. I'm Carolyn Brown. Happy New Year, and thanks so much for joining us. Well, a major high-risk target has been shot and killed during a confrontation with officers in an intelligence-driven operation in Westmoreland. Delano Leslie, also known as Crazy, and 2 associates were fatally wounded during an operation carried out by members of the Area 1 Fugitive Apprehension Team in the Cornwall Mountain community within the Bethel Town Police District. Leslie was wanted in connection with several serious offences, including the murder of Dwayne Otti, also called Sparrow, in Macfield, Westmoreland in May 2024, and the murder of Joshua Richards in Johnsontown, Hanover in December 2023. He was also being sought in relation to 2 separate incidents in which police came under gunfire in the Cornwall Mountain area, one in March 2025 and another in September 2025. 2 pistols were seized during the operation. And on a rather concerning note, despite repeated warnings from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, against the dangerous and unlawful practice of gun salutes, 2 teenage girls have suffered from the illegal activity. Both are now nursing gunshot wounds as a result of separate incidents minutes after midnight in Portmore St. Catherine. A 13-year-old Canadian national visiting relatives was standing on a balcony at a residence along Dreamland Drive observing the New Year's fireworks celebrations when she was struck by bullets to the thigh and back. She was admitted to hospital in a stable condition. Meanwhile, on Bond Street in Kingston, a 14-year-old girl from the area was injured while sitting beneath a tree. Reports are she felt a burning sensation to her shoulder right after there were loud explosions. She too remains in stable condition following the treatment at hospital. Now, the Jamaica Constabulary Force strongly condemns this reckless and irresponsible behavior and again emphasizes gun salutes are illegal, extremely dangerous, and pose a serious threat to innocent lives. The St. Catherine South and Kingston Western divisions are working to determine the origin of the gunfire and the identity of those responsible. Now, in a tragic turn of events, also on New Year's Day in Granville, St. James, 3 people, including a child, were killed following an alleged confrontation between armed men and security forces. Now, the incident unfolded shortly after midnight when gunfire erupted between the groups. The injured were later pronounced dead at hospital. Our news team was on location where a protest emerged as a result of the deaths. Kevin Black reports.
Residents of Granville, St. James erupted in protest on New Year's Day following the killing of 3 people, including a 4-year-old child, during an operation involving members of the security forces. Angry residents blocked roads with debris, demanding justice and answers.
In my bed, and the soldier them come in and start fire. All me ball out, say me baby in my house, and still turn on the gun. The first shot me baby get in my arm. Me I beg them said no, let me come out and me baby go to hospital. And when me look then turn on the gun again. And when me look me see all of my baby side lick out, everything.
A little baby, when the mother in the house and I beg you said no. Don't kill his son in the house, little youth, you know, business. You know, business and shoot up little youth and kill him.
Locals told our news team the security forces were allegedly responding to reports of illegal gun salutes in the community when the situation escalated. They claimed the use of force was excessive and unnecessary.
Every time the police them come in Granville, it's the same story. Man shoot over them and they return the fire and found man suffering from gunshot, no arm wounds, not even the baby, not even a water gun. We need justice.
And we are put it on YouTube and we are sending to America. We want justice. Then if you kill little Penny, what you gonna do me when you hold me? What you gonna do me? What you gonna do me when when they hold me.
My daughter ball out and say, no shoot. Me baby in here. And he still a fire.
Meanwhile, Administration Officer for the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF St. James Division, Deputy Superintendent of Police Peter Salke, says the JCF is urging communities to communicate relevant information on the matter to the authorities.
We're asking persons to make sure that as much as possible law and order is maintained, and as a matter of fact, if you see the strong presence here is to assist with the process. We are aware that it can be hurtful when we lost loved ones, but the police has to do the necessary investigation and police activities in the area to make sure that you are safe.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Now, still in St. James, but on the opposite end of the emotional spectrum at the Cornwall Regional Hospital, a 9-pound baby boy was welcomed into the world, the first birth at that hospital for 2026.
The fourth child of 26-year-old Dana Johnson is the firstborn at the CRH for 2026, arriving at 12:23 a.m. The healthy 9-pound baby boy has 3 sisters at home who can't wait to meet him.
Everybody excited. Okay. Everybody back home excited. We keep on trying till we get my son. So you know, we are right there.
Because you really wanted a boy?
Yes, I really needed a boy.
Though the pregnancy and birth were relatively smooth, according to Dana, she was grateful that baby Devani chose to arrive after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, which inflicted considerable damage on the main hospital for Western Jamaica.
I come like about 2 weeks after hurricane.
Hermione Levy-Letman, registered nurse midwife at CRH, spoke to the challenges the hospital had faced as a result of the Category 5 system.
I don't even want to talk about last year. Last year was really a challenging year. We have faced it and we are trying to overcome. We have not yet finished with the repairing of the delivery suite as yet, but work is in process.
2025 was a hectic year for the delivery suite at the CRH, and judging by the start of 2026, they're expecting no difference this year, dispelling the idea of low birth rates, at least in St. James.
So far we have 13 patients with 5 neonates, newborns. Yesterday has been challenging so far. This is like a 8-bed unit and we have over 13 patients. And the admissions keep coming. We have times when we have over 100 deliveries plus section, which is C-section, for the delivery suite for a month. So I wouldn't say it is done.
Joel Crosskill, CVM News.
Now welcoming the nation into 2026, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness acknowledged the bittersweet legacy of the year gone by, a time when tragedy struck in the form of natural disaster. Ultimately, he's encouraging citizens to view this new year as a chance to restructure and rebuild. Here's more from Crystal Williams.
In the first address to the nation for 2026, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness spoke to climate change and the impact on the country he has witnessed in over a decade at the helm of government. He says natural disasters have been on the rise along with severe drought and record-breaking heat. It's what he calls the new global reality. Dr. Holness predicts that climate shocks, geopolitical and economic shocks will reshape industries as the global order transforms with the times. He offered advice on how to cope when these changes present themselves.
Climate shocks, geopolitical shocks, and economic shocks will create crises in 2026. We must therefore use our strengths, seize our opportunities, overcome our weaknesses, and protect ourselves from the threats that will come. We must prepare to withstand crises, absorb their impacts, and recover quickly.
while lauding first responders, his administration and external entities for continued excellence in handling multiple, increasingly intense and overlapping crises. The Prime Minister also congratulated them for claiming the third consecutive year of a decline in the murder rate.
Though approximately 670 Jamaicans were murdered last year, still far too many, we give thanks for the more than 470 lives spared compared to 2024. This is the lowest number of murders in 31 years and well below the psychological barrier of 1,000. This achievement belongs to all of us.
Dr. Holness says that resilience is never accidental, but it must be deliberately designed, properly financed, and responsibly governed. As he reflects on the past year as one that tested the country in profound ways, he says the new foundation 2026 brings has the potential not just to rebuild, but to reimagine Jamaica.
Jamaica enters this new chapter on stronger footing than at any other time in our history. Our economy is more stable. Our public finances are better managed. Our institutions are more credible. We have strengthened our capacity to respond to shocks, whether economic, climatic, or social. Let this new year be defined by clarity of purpose, steadiness of effort, and confidence in our shared future.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
And we'll have more CVM News at 7 in just a moment.
Digicel is gifting smiles this season. 64 lucky customers will win $250,000 cash, and the third two getting $50,000 in groceries. You can also win Samsung tablets, furniture vouchers, and so much more. Best part, you can keep your prize or re-gift all or part of it to someone who really needs a smile. This season isn't just about winning, it's about making sure everybody good. Cash Digicel in your community, bringing gifts and good cheer to keep you smiling into the new year.
You know, some days are harder than others, but we have to do our part. You like porridge? We're in this together.
Morning, nurse. Thank you for what you do every day.
Come in, nurse. Our bone of fear.
In this, together. Do you recognize the signs of dengue? Look out for these symptoms: high fever, severe headaches, joint and muscle pain, skin rash, nausea, and pain behind the eyes. If you experience these symptoms, rest, stay hydrated, and take paracetamol for pain relief. If symptoms persist beyond 3 days or worsen, such as persistent vomiting, severe abdominal pain, or difficulty breathing, seek medical attention immediately. Early treatment can save lives. Know the signs, act fast, together we can beat dengue. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and PAHO.
For staying with us. Now, leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, in reflecting on a challenging 2025, urges national unity and responsible leadership as Jamaica enters the new year. Kevin Black tells us more.
As Jamaicans ring in the new year, Opposition leader and the PNP president, Mark Golding, is reflecting on a difficult 2025 marked by widespread devastation from a powerful Category 5 hurricane. He says despite the destruction, Jamaicans showed remarkable resilience and generosity, with support pouring in from home and abroad.
Amidst the intense hardship and destruction, the true spirit of our people shone through. Acts of unspoken bravery in the hurricane saved many lives, only to be followed by a whirlwind of philanthropic generosity as Jamaicans at home and abroad got busy in trying to assist our families and fellow citizens who need our help.
He says the recovery effort must now be guided by responsible leadership, noting that last year's general election signaled growing public demand for change.
That many Jamaicans are seeking a different style of leadership that embraces integrity, accountability, accessibility, and responsive governance. Our strengthened position in the Parliament allows us to scrutinize government actions with greater forcefulness and effectiveness as we press for transparency and champion policies that protect the vulnerable and uplift working families.
Golding is calling for national unity as we enter the new year.
National development is a shared mission that calls upon the strength and creativity of each of us. As we enter 2026, let us all live with purpose and kindness in the spirit of national unity.
Kevin Black for CVM News.
On the international scene now, several dozen people are presumed dead and about 100 have been injured after a blaze ripped through a crowded bar in the luxury alpine ski resort town of Crans, Montana. More from Al Jazeera.
Terrified screams as music blares and a fire rips through a New Year party venue in the Swiss Alps. Emergency services say 10 helicopters and 40 ambulances were mobilized. Heavy casualties are being reported.
We have counted around 100 injured people, most of them seriously, and unfortunately several dozen individuals are presumed dead. At present, the main street of Crans is closed for the needs of the investigation.
Crans Montana is a popular ski resort in southern Switzerland. The fire reportedly was the result of an explosion at around 1:30 a.m. local time as revelers celebrated the new year.
The red alert mobilizing the firefighters was immediately triggered, and the first police patrols arrived quickly on the scene. These forces were followed by a large deployment consisting of firefighters from the entire region, as well as rescuers and police units. Priority was given to helping the victims and transporting them to hospitals, particularly in the cities of Sion, Lausanne, Geneva, and Zurich.
Stay where you are. I'll be back with sports in just a bit.
This Christmas, choose life. As we recover from Hurricane Melissa's devastation, we're reminded that life is fragile. Pedestrians, stay alert. Drivers, slow down. Rest if you're tired, and never drink and drive. One careless decision can change a family forever. Let's have a safe and prayerful